Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. Content's coming later over there. Free to follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram, on the Instagrammies at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free, you guys, to like the video so this video gets out to the algorithm, you guys. So we need to talk about a viral fake lawsuit that was allegedly filed by the Carters against Beyonce, it was allegedly Beyonce filing this lawsuit against Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, right? But I didn't want to report on it because I'm like, just from a logistics standpoint, right? Regardless of it being on an official Justia website, I'm like, it would make zero sense for Beyonce to file a lawsuit against Rihanna. Number one, it said that there was an issue, I believe, with labor or something wrong with, there was an issue with like labor. And they were in that Beyonce allegedly was seeking $100,000 each from Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, and that she wanted the documents sealed. And I knew some people were going to take this and run with this and be like, you know, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're under fire, all this and that. They're going to try to get any penny anywhere, like I knew this was going to happen. I said, let me sit here and wait, right? Because logic's going to tell me this, right? Logic is going to tell me that Beyonce and Rihanna are not on the same label. Beyonce and Rihanna do not have the same, yes, she's, with Jay-Z and everything else, which technically is a conflict of interest, but Rihanna technically, and more so recent years, isn't really quote unquote under Jay-Z, if you will. So, nonetheless, her manager is Jay Brown, right? And we know Desiree Perez is the new CEO of ROCNATION, right? So, nonetheless, I'm like, well, what would Rihanna and A$AP Rocky have to do with Beyonce? Makes zero sense to me. That was my first red flag. Second red flag was the fact that Rihanna's name was spelled wrong. It was spelled, her first name is Robin, right? But it is not Robin as in Batman and Robin. It is Robin, R-O-B-Y-N, right? And usually in court filings, you are supposed to correctly usually spell these people's names, right? And then also, you didn't even have A$AP Rocky's real name, his actual name, which is Rakim Mayers, right? Didn't say that anywhere in the court document. So I'm like, what is going on? And if you go to the actual website, it says that this was filed in a third court, Virgin Islands, U.S. District Court for the District of the Virgin Islands. Made no sense as well. Then you look at the other cases filed as well on the Justia website, and it says Pig versus Pigs, Duck versus Tunes, right? With Daffy Duck and Porky Pig. And I'm like, either this is trolling or perhaps they might be testing something out because, again, this allegedly was filed over the weekend, right? So, nonetheless, some reputable attorney came out. First, ROCNATION came out and said, don't be dumb, right? Said, do not be dumb. This is a nothing to see here. This is a nothing burger. You know, it's interesting how quickly ROCNATION now responds to anything that is going to make anybody look bad, potentially. They are out in a flash, you guys. Never have I seen them respond this fast these days, right? But they still didn't respond about those, Super Bowl numbers where they said that Usher had the most viewed of all time, and then said Kendrick Lamar had the most viewed of all time, but you said Usher had 200 million views. But nonetheless, you guys quickly came to debunk that, right? So then an attorney comes out, they do some investigation, they said that the documents have already been pulled from Pacer, so you can't even search on Pacer for this anymore, and the document that they pulled, it is what is called this training document, and usually what happens with the training document is typically, I guess what they said, when they're trying to enter or process a case or potentially type up a case, type up a lawsuit, or type up whatever, sometimes what they'll do over the weekend is they'll put in test cases, but they'll use the name like Santa Claus or Easter Bunny or things like that, and they'll do it over the weekend, so that way when they get back in the office on Monday, they can put in the real case. But they'll like to test out the website, test out the system to make sure everything is correct as they are entering the document. Now, lawyers, attorneys, legal assistants, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, right? Because I'm not affiliated in any capacity with anything legal. But nonetheless, that's what the people are saying. That's what an attorney said. And so they think what happened here was they just decided to use celebrity names and wasn't expecting people who like to investigate, cases, because obviously, Diddy's name's out there, Jay-Z's name's out there. We know A$AP Rocky just had the case that he just got found not guilty of out there. So, maybe the person was thinking, hey, let me just quickly, throw in these names, throw in the Carters versus Rihanna. But it just wasn't a good look. It just wasn't a good idea. It just made zero sense, and all you're doing is fueling Stan Wars. And then I think I saw somewhere that they're trying to blame a Barb. They're trying to blame a Nicki Minaj fan for starting all of this. No. If it is true what the attorney is saying, that perhaps they were testing things in the system, and instead of using Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, or like they did in these other court filings, say DuckTales or Porky Pig, and actually use real celebrities, that's a no-no, right? That is a no-no, because the thing is, in this social media day and age where you have people who are going to be refreshing all day to try to get an exclusive, to try to get first dibs on a story to break on their platforms, this was the wrong thing to do. Because now, anytime there's any celebrity name that is on here as a dummy test document, as a dummy training document, people potentially are going to take it and run with it now. And that was why I waited, because I think even the Neighborhood Talk didn't even post about it, right? But I saw some other blogs post about it, but the Neighborhood Talk didn't come out until Rock Nation debunked it. And then I saw further an attorney explaining the training document, when you actually look up the docket number, that it's a training document, and which would indicate that they were doing some practice runs, but they entered in the system, celebrity names, real celebrity names, instead of cartoon characters, right? So nonetheless, not to alarm people, because this was going to be another Stan war, the Navy versus the Hive. People were going to go back and forth, right? The Navy was going to be like, see, Beyonce, like you just cannot leave Rihanna alone. And then the Hive was like, oh, well, maybe there's something that is missing for, the Beyonce's kids' inheritance. Like y'all were just going to do a whole drag out fest, and y'all don't even know the infrastructure of who Rihanna reports to, who's invested in her businesses, what label she's on, who her management team is, versus Beyonce. Because any type of labor dispute, Rihanna and Beyonce would not even be in cahoots anyways, and neither would Beyonce or A$AP Rocky. And Rihanna, even though she has not put out music for Roc Nation in a million years, she's still the person keeping the lights on over there. So nonetheless, you guys, and I saw a couple people take this and run with this, but I said, you know what? See, this is the thing, you guys. This is the danger sometimes of being first to report a story, right? is that if you're first to break a story sometimes and there's something in there that might be a red flag, sometimes it's good to kind of sit it out and wait it out, to wait till the facts come out. Because I was like, yes, we hear this Rihanna versus Beyonce beef, but the A$AP Rocky component made 0 sense. The labor dispute component of it all made 0 sense. And demanding money from Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, $100,000 each, made no sense. Made no sense. Rihanna's name was spelled wrong. For her first name, Robin, made no sense that you couldn't even refer to A$AP Rocky as Rakim Myers in court documents when we literally just saw him being referred to as Rakim Myers in the documents as it pertained to his latest case that he was just in, for the shooting incident, right? And it's just like we got to do better. And this is the problem, you guys, that we're in this fake news era, is that anything now can easily be blasted. Anything now can go viral, and it can be very damaging to people's reputation and people's character. And I saw a lot of people say, hey, I'm gonna wait for TMZ, and TMZ never reported it. And people still ran with it. But people created a whole narrative that Beyonce wanted to stop Rihanna's reign of Fenty beauty, of Fenty hair. Like it had nothing to do with anything. But this is the danger, y'all. And I get it. There's different professions, whether it's healthcare or IT, where perhaps, in the computer world, you have test patients, right? You have test things that you're working through, test projects, and you want to name those test projects, celebrity names. You want to name them after cartoons. You want to name them after movie characters. But in this realm of where all of these lawsuits are ramping up and people are trying to follow the Diddy lawsuits, people are trying to follow what's going on with Jay-Z and all these things and all these legal things, it's very dangerous to get into the game like this, right? They should have just used a cartoon character or Santa Claus or somebody else, so this would not have set off the way it did, because anything that's going to be anything looking like a Beyonce versus Rihanna type of thing is going to go viral. It is going to set off the Hive. It's going to set off the Navy, and it is going to be a bloodbath, you guys. So please fact check. Please wait sometimes before some of these, stories get out here, because it can get rough out here. It can get absolutely rough out here. It can turn into a war out here. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.